Good morning, Jim. This is Scott Walker. I just wanted to make this quick video for you. This is what I would do for any referrals you might send my way, and also I'd just like to give a free online audit for people that I'd like to meet with. So I usually go over your website, I talk about your Google Business Profile and Google Ads and all of the things that entail for those to try and get you ranked higher so that you can have a better online presence. So looking at your website up here, for starters, I would make this a click to call button. The reason for it is I can't click right here, and yeah, a lot of people, especially on phones, want a quick click to call, but just FYI. But looking at your website here, I like how it looks. It looks very clean and professional. It looks like you guys put some effort into it, but one thing I would really recommend is to add more content. The reason I say that is because Google loves to see content. They want to see 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage. And throughout that content, you want to be found for buyer intent words. So for you, especially if you're saying that you're out of Salt Lake and the surrounding areas, like water damage restoration, Salt Lake City, or Salt Lake City water damage restoration. Those are all good keywords. The other thing you could do is on these photos, these are links. Hold on. This one. If you save the alternate text, this just says restoration homepage. That could say water restoration, Salt Lake City also, and it's embedded behind the photo so it counts as content as well. I do use a tool called Ahrefs to show me your analytics and where you're setting. The DR and UR is the strength and trust that Google has for your website. These are on a scale of 100 and you want those continuously moving up. You're currently at 7 for both, which is good, and that's due to your recurring pages and domains. And what these are backlinks. And what a backlink is when one website links to another website via clickable button or text. But not all backlinks are created equal, so you do want to stay relevant to your industry and location whenever possible. And based off of how many keywords you're indexed, you're getting zero search traffic to your website because you're not ranking for any keywords. And looking at some of the keywords that you are being indexed for, wet basement cleanup companies, that's a national keyword. Basement flooding Salt Lake, we actually lost this. There's 50 searches, but you were on the 5th page of Google anyways. So those are the types of buyer intent keywords that I recommend going for because they have a location and a service. Usually, maybe not basement flooding, but biohazard cleanup Draper, that would be a good one because it's in Draper and it's for biohazard cleanup. So Utah Restoration Company, that would be a good one too. So those are the types of ones that I recommend going after. I just looked up water damage restoration Salt Lake City. Right on top of the search right here would be your Google Guaranteeds. This is a great way to get right at the top, and the guarantee is a double guarantee. The first one is saying that you are a licensed and insured company, and then this one right here is saying that and on the other end is if you get a call from someone and they're not a real lead, you can dispute it and Google will pay that lead back. But then you could go into the Google Ads section, which is right here, and this is where if you have as much of the keyword in the ad as possible, like water damage Salt Lake, and all it's missing is restoration, which is right here. There's no other opportunities for me to click, but so this would have probably a pretty high click-through rate. But once you go to the landing page, you would want a click to call right up top, form submit, what you do, where you do it, if you run any promotions, and then the background imagery should be relevant to the search. So water damage for this one, if it was fire, have something on fire or repaired from a fire, that type of thing, to have a good conversion rate on your landing page. Then we go into the Google Business Profile. Now I know you're down in Tooele technically, but this is a great way to generate business as well. The best way to get ranked here is to make sure your name, address, and phone number is the exact same all across the internet so you don't mislead Google. Getting reviews is really great. I have a couple tricks to get more and better reviews. And then putting your name, address, and phone number into things like Yellow Pages and Yelp is really beneficial because Google will start to trust you more, and that's not just in your local area, but in your surrounding areas as well. And then being in the Google Business Profile and the Google Ads, about 70% of traffic stops right there, and the other 30% go down to your websites. And I know ServPro has a ginormous website, so I was just looking. I'm going to look at the flood company. Oh, sorry, I forgot to talk about this part. So I did just Salt Lake County, so most of Salt Lake. And this is for water damage and restoration. There's 600 searches, so there's 3,000 searches just for water damage and restoration a month on average. And then mold remediation is about half that, so about 1,500 for those ones. So, those are the types of searches that we can get in front of for you. And then, looking at their website, they have about the same amount of content as you. I'm assuming they probably, that's a link. Flood code, yeah, that's a link. But once you start to have more content, better buyer intent keywords, the authoritative backlinks and citations, you'd start to outrank these guys. And to kind of give you just a search, I just did water. I'm not doing any fire or any mold or anything like that. But there are roughly 400 searches with Salt Lake City attached to them per month that are looking for your service. So with that being said, when you start to outrank your competitors, a percentage of these total volumes will start to go to your website instead of theirs. And then when they go to your website, a percentage of them will give you a call or form submit, and depending on your closing rate, will turn into a customer for you. Jim, thanks for meeting with me later today. I look forward to it, and I hope that this was beneficial for you too. If you have any questions, we can talk about it at our lunch. Have a great day.